Mihi kia koutou, hopefully you can hear me. E ngā mana ngā reo, e te iwi, ngā te whātua, e ngā karangatanga maha, huri no te motu, tēnei te mihi o te kia koutou. Ko te taru wairahau, no te arawa Ngāti Piki au tainui Ngāti Mahanga, me Ngāti Parau, te whānau rua taupare, me te whānau hene tāparo. No reira tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa. In this very quick speed dating exercise, I will try to deliver to you a wellbeing compass model that we're working through in Te Arawa in collaboration with AUT. So we're working in a partnership, but first of all, we have to explain our own partnership with the Lakes Council, our local council. It's a partnership that was forged in December 2015, and it was an agreement that Te Arawa, a mandated authority, will work in an enduring partnership with the Lakes Council to create the future benefits for the community as a whole. Let me just say, what's good for Te Arawa is good for the community, and what's good for the iwi is good for all of us. So I'll say that up front. In order to get this thing mobilized, one of the things that we wanted to do was establish a vision for our people, because without that vision, we'd be an organization moving and sometimes blindly, and then setting ourselves for hiding to nothing. So we set about a journey of over 18 months establishing a vision for our people. We incorporated the workshops of all of these people, all of these entities, and they are very, very strong entities within Te Arawa. They came together and said, yep, we'll help forge this Vision 2000. So after 18 months, lots of surveys, kōweke interviews, rangatahi, the works, we came up with this particular document, Te Arawa 2050. Te makite, tinga, or Te Arawa, sorry, bit of a bobble in my throat. Mauri tū, mauri ora, Te Arawa e. Ko te whakariki, waha tuku a mai ki a piri, tuku a mai ki a tataha kia eke mai, hi runga ki te pai pai, o tō a hau mai ka whiti. It's a very appropriate Te Arawa introduction to this particular slide. The oha ki a hau mai ta whiti, the passing words of hau mai ta whiti. Now, hau mai ta whiti was our eponymous ancestor that stood on the lands of Taputapuatia in Hawaii and said these final words to our Te Arawa canoe as it started on its journey. To the captain of his canoe, Tame Te Kapua, his son, he said these words, and there's the Māori version on the left, the Pākehā version on the right. Unlike the treaty, I'll give you our interpretation of the Pākehā version on the right. Bind all in the world of light to the world of dark. Pay homage to Pāria. I'm just going to move this away a bit. Pay homage to Pāria and the lands and sea that may otherwise buffet and pound you. Set forth over the ocean, ensure the safe and direct passage of the waka. Meet and overcome all challenges. Let the thought grow, let it grow within and be bound to the ancient bond. Purify your ears, be deafened to the insignificant. Such things will guarantee nothing but calamity. Can I paraphrase all of this? Know who you are, where you come from, the values we set for you. Don't let anything upset your direct path that you need to reach your aspirations for the future. There will be many challenges. Do not listen to the distractions that will hit your ears from time to time. Stay still, stay strong, move on, move forward. That is the genesis of our particular vision for Te Arawa. And so out of that, we set a direction, a strategic direction for our people based on our culture, arawatanga, our people, tanga, place, takiwā, enterprise and economy, ohanga, technology and innovation, leadership and influence, rangatiratanga, and tūhonotanga, the unity and connection. Now, these are the fundamental pose of our vision moving forward. And these are the wonderful people who celebrated the launch of the vision in July 2020, 2050, Vision 2050. From that, we needed to say, well, how are we going to drive this? How are we going to take all of those particular the partnership we've got with the council and make this thing work? So we put this strategic plan on the page, a work program, establishing a Te Arawa model for housing based on our Vision 2050 and a wellbeing model. Embed our Te Arawatanga into Rotorua City. So working on our reo rua, Rotorua as a bilingual city, looking at enhancing our Te Arawa narratives about our people, our culture and place. Looking at the Te Arawa spatial plans, being around the table, designing and co-creating this, bringing the people expertise into the space, our expertise into the space, and developing geospatial mapping layers over time. Developing the capacity of our people, our hapu, our iwi, to engage and supporting them in developing their marae health plans, their environmental plans, looking at our Te Arawa economic development, growing and bringing in partners who can help us build the partnerships and the economic aspirations we need. So that was it on a page. So, sorry, I'm getting caught up in this pink screen. In order to do all of this, we want to know what success would look like as a people. It's a Modiota approach to housing is adopted and implemented in Rotorua and across the Rohe. So we wanted this to be from our people, by our people, for our people, and for the benefit of the community. We wanted this to be transformative with holistic settings, not business as usual. We're going nowhere with that. And with those posts, we were keen on transforming who we are, where we are, in the context of our living life and making a better life for our people. So mātauranga Māori, te aroa-based values coming from the words of our ancestor, Hau mai tawhiti. The well-being indices from design to build. We wanted to be the co-creators and co-design of things that we build for the future. Environmental settings. We want to make sure that we're well and truly into that space. The carbon emission systems and everything else, and helping to design our solutions to that in building houses and whatever else we need to do. Climate change mitigation and adaptability outcomes. We don't want to be working against nature, which is the criticism we'd have against the current system. We want to be working with nature, which is what our people always did pre-colonial times. We work with nature. Now look at the mess we've got ourselves into by not doing that. We want to change that particular scenario, move it around into our space, for our people, by our people. And we want to improve the living and cultural outcomes for our whānau. Ultimately, we want to live a good life, which is what our ancestors set out for us to do. So our model for housing is on this particular page, which basically means that we're going to be working in all of these particular areas. Urban development being there, as I said, with our council, making sure that we're there, we're present, we're not just following, we're going to be leading the conversations as well. Papatanga housing, whenua Māori, bringing our Māori lands into this space, working with our community health providers. And down the bottom here, creating jobs, because just having houses is not enough. Holistically, you need jobs, you need employment. You need to understand and have knowledge around how to get houses, how to get loans. It's not about just numeracy literacy, it's about changing attitudes and shifting habits, credit savings, all those sorts of things. And embracing programs that do that rather than just give you numeracy literacy. You go to the institution and you get nothing, get bounced back. Financing, we know how difficult it is for our people. So we're working on the Te Aroa banking model here. We've been working on it for 2.5 years. A model that can actually provide an opportunity and options, not just the mainstream banks, but one that we can feed our own financial resources back into the system to help our people access finance. And we want to work on partnerships that actually can bring in levels of expertise, level of finances and support, other things that we can work in genuine partnerships to further our cause. Ultimately, this is all about collaboration and partnership in terms of mobilizing this well-being compass and focus forward. And we want to work with AUT, and we are very committed to, as a willing partner, to work with them, and hopefully working on world-leading urban collaborative research with them, because we believe we do this, it's a world first. And when I look at Māori across the world, we are in the front line of Indigenous development. When you go around the world, you'll find that. And I'm trying to say that very humbly, but we are iwi Māori are leading this space in terms of iwi development. I'll finish this very quick speed date for this whakatauki. Modi 2, Modi order. Stand up, okay? Don't sit down, don't lie down. Stand up, count it, and live a good life. E te iwi e. Nō reira tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa. I hope that's my 6 minutes.